What's up YouTube, this is Scaff HD, and today I want to help you guys out by giving you guys a good class setup to get you guys started in your Advanced Warfare gaming experience. Today I wanted to just go over this BAL. It's actually one of the first guns, well, it's one of the first guns you have to unlock. It's actually an assault rifle, BAL-27. Anyways, I just want to give you guys this class setup because this is the class setup that I feel will best suit someone coming into Advanced Warfare, especially from COD. Advanced Warfare is played really different. There's a lot different ways of movement and the way the game reacts. You know, it's a different developer, if you know what I mean, and so it plays different. The recoil, there's not much recoil, and there's not much flinch when you get hit. So this is the class setup that I'm going to go with. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Today we're going to go over the BAL, and that would be the gun that I'd suggest. Really low recoil. It's not a very strong gun, but it's one of the ones you first start out with, so that's what I'd go with. You get all your attachments, these attachments, pretty quickly, I'd say. But let's go ahead and go over it. When you first start out, of course, you won't have any attachments. But once you start getting them, this is what I'd go with. I'd go with the foregrip, and basically it helps reduce recoil. Yes, it doesn't. This gun doesn't have much recoil to start off, but to be honest, I'd go ahead and go with the foregrip just to make sure you're accurate as possible. Definitely up your sensitivity because with all the vertical movement in this game, you're going to need it. Next, I'd go with the suppressor just to try and stay off that mini map. A lot of good players are going to be playing, and they're going to be hunting on all, not bad players, but inexperienced and new to the game, especially for those of you who are getting off work or getting out of school and want to play and get on right away. So once you get the suppressor, I'd definitely throw it on. Yes, you go down a little bit in accuracy. It really doesn't affect the damage, which is always a plus. Next, I'd go with the parabolic mic, and basically that will pick up any silencer. So basically, if there's someone else on the other team using a silencer, it'll actually bring them up on the minimap. So then if you could watch the minimap, you'd be really good off. If you don't feel comfortable with the iron sights, I'd take off that parabolic mic, and it didn't. It took off the foregrip. There we go. Take off the parabolic microphone and throw on the red dot sight. It's not bad, and it's pretty easy to use. But the iron sights for this gun are very, very good. Of course, I wouldn't go with any kind of secondary. Definitely watch your ammunition. You want to pick up a gun as soon as you start playing, or if you kill someone, you want to pick up a gun right away because you run out of ammo pretty quickly without scavenger, and you don't get scavenger for a while. So definitely watch that. You're going to have to moderate your ammunition and watch yourself. I found myself in a lot of gunfights where I couldn't do anything because I didn't have any more ammunition. So definitely pick up guns as you're playing. Next, let's go ahead. So there's no secondary, no attachments for the secondary. We'll go over our wild cards. Our wild cards are going to be primary gunfighter, and that gives you your third attachment. And then the second wild card I'm going to go with is a perk 1 greed. Let's go ahead and hop into the perks, and while I'm using perk 1 greed. First, I'd go with lightweight. Basically move you around the map a little bit, get you moving, and get you going. It keeps your speed up, especially in this game. It's going to be a high speed game. You're going to want to be able to get everywhere quick. So I'd definitely go with lightweight. If you don't want to go with a perk 1 greed, I'd get rid of lightweight. But for sure, I'd run low profile. Low profile is going to keep you off the UAVs and whatnot, tracking rounds or any exo ping. It's going to keep you off the minimap. You don't want to be on that minimap. I'm telling you now, you do not want to be on that minimap. You want to be as stealth as possible coming into this game. So that'd be my second one that I'd go with. Next, let's go over here. Not too useful on any of these. I mean, maybe cold-blooded. Blind eye, you're not going to see too many kill streaks coming into the game. A lot of people are still learning it, so it's going to be hard for them to pull those kill streaks per se. So I would skip blind eye. If you want to go with cold-blooded because people are trying new things in this game, you can. But right now, I'd say not needed. Later on in the game, if they start changing up, if a lot of people are using thermals or target enhancers, anything like that, any of those threat grenades or anything like that, maybe later on use cold-blooded. But to start off, I'd go with the peripherals. If you don't want to go with it, just totally skip that and don't even put anything there. But if I were to go with the perk 2 greed, it would be the peripherals. It gives you a bigger mini map, which makes it easier to find enemies and where they're at and where they're shooting from. The next thing I would not put on toughness. I have not seen myself needing toughness in this game. You get hit and you don't really flinch that much. It's not a big flinch. I don't see toughness being a factor in this game. Maybe later on I'll start noticing the difference. But right now, when you first pick up the game, I would not put on toughness. If you feel that you need it later on, or that I'm wrong and you do need it, go ahead, throw it on and get rid of the blast suppressor. But I would definitely go with the blast suppressor. Invisible on minimap when performing exo moves. So that means when you're jumping and whatnot, you are on the minimap. You want to stay off. As I said before, stay off the minimap. That's a big factor in this game. So I'd go with the blast suppressor. If you need the toughness, go ahead and take that off and run your toughness, or you could switch around up here and get rid of one of these. Okay, next, let's go into our score streaks. I'm going to go with a UAV, basic UAV. You want to go with low. If you're good at getting streaks, I'd go with higher, but I'd definitely run a UAV. On the UAV, you can upgrade it. All you do is you press Y here, and what I'd go with your upgrade, you only get one upgrade at this time. I'd either go with the extra time or the enemy direction, and that'll just point their direction. But most likely I'd just go with extra time to get that UAV out there for a longer period of time. Next, let's go into the second score streaks. I really don't like this, but it's one of the first ones you get. So what you would want to do, first off, you don't want to keep it stock because you got to manually operate it, and that's no good because you want something a sentry. So go ahead and go down here. You see this sentry perk right here. Click that on, and that'll basically turn that into a sentry when you're not controlling it. Next, let's go to the warbird. If you don't feel like you can get a warbird, you can always change it. But for me, I'm going to go with the aggressor because it's only 50 extra points, and I believe it's ally controlled warbird. That means that they control it and you don't have to, and you can continue getting kills as it's getting kills for you. If you don't really like that and you want to use it, I'd go with either extra time or nothing at all, or maybe the rockets if you feel like you can get it. But those would be the ones that I'd go with. But for now, I'm sticking with the aggressor. So basically that's it for my class. That's what I go with. Let me show you what else you get. From the get, you get the UAV, the remote turret, and the warbird. Up and coming, you'd get the orbital care package and the Vulcan. The Vulcan's alright. If you feel like you can't get the warbird, I'd throw the Vulcan on and maybe change up its streaks. I really haven't messed with it too much. You could get a longer beam. It's basically just a beam that shoots out of the air. I'm running currently is a missile strike. That's what I like to run, and it takes a little bit longer to get it. Anyways, guys, if you guys like this setup or like this video, and I hope it helps you out, but if you guys did, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about my class setup. Anyways, guys, don't forget to subscribe for more AW coming in the future. Otherwise, this is Scaff. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.